Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Boeing TX Air Force trainer makes first flight. It's reported nearly 23,000 remote pilot certificates have been issued. Controlling interest of Diamond Aircraft moves to Canada. I'm Bree Cross. It's December 22nd, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The U.S. Air Force is getting a step closer to replacing its aging T-38 trainers as Boeing, along with their partner Saab, completed the first flight of their all-new TX aircraft earlier this week. The TX is in competition with other companies to be chosen as the next generation of high-performance Air Force jet trainers. During the 55-minute flight, lead TX test pilot Stephen Schmidt and chief pilot for Air Force programs Dan Draeger validated key aspects of the single-engine jet. Schmidt said, quote, "The aircraft met all expectations. It's well designed and offers superior handling characteristics. The cockpit is intuitive, spacious, and adjustable, so everything is within easy reach." Draeger added, quote, "It was a smooth flight and a successful test mission. I had a great all-around view throughout the flight from the instructor's seat, which is critical during training." Boeing and Saab revealed their first two TX aircraft trainers in September. The second aircraft is currently in ground testing and expected to fly in early 2017. The FAA is reporting that since they released rules for commercial drone operators on August 31st, more than 28,000 people have applied to become professional UAV pilots, and nearly 23,000 remote pilot airman certificates have been issued. Recode.com reports that when you do the math, it means about 300 people have been issued a remote pilot certificate each weekday since the rules were announced. It's also reported that more than 550,000 small unmanned aerial vehicles have been registered with the FAA since it became a requirement to do so last year. If you're planning to become a commercial drone operator, the FAA has established a website that provides information regarding obtaining a remote pilot certificate. Small unmanned aerial vehicle operators who fly only for hobby and recreational purposes are not required to obtain the remote pilot certificate. After the break, Wanfeng Group now owns 60% of Diamond Aircraft.
The dream is real, a truly affordable personal jet aircraft. The Subsonics Personal Jet Kit is priced at only $42,000. Kit plus engine is still under $100K. Add instruments, upholstery, and paint and you're flying. It's time to put your money where your bucket list is. Learn more at sonicsaircraft.com.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
The Bristol Light Sport aircraft is what you are looking for. The Bristol is wider than a Cirrus, faster than a Skyhawk, offers more storage than a Husky, and comes standard with Garmin avionics. So what are you waiting for? Visit Bristol.com to find out how you can get into a Bristol today.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. Changes are occurring at Diamond Aircraft as the Canadian company Wanfeng Aviation has completed an investment to acquire 60% interest in Diamond Aircraft Industries and will be operating as Diamond Canada. Diamond says the investment will support expanded production, sales, and service activities globally with a strengthened focus on the U.S. market. The Austrian-based Diamond Aircraft Industries remains completely independent and will assist production and development activities in the Canadian company. Leadership and key personnel of Diamond Austria are not affected by this transaction. Frank Chen of the Wanfeng Group of Companies and Peter Maurer will continue as CEO of Diamond Canada. As part of this investment, Diamond Canada has acquired all rights to the DA-62 and DA-40 programs from Diamond Austria. The investment in the Canadian Diamond companies also includes D-Jet. All current models produced by Diamond Austria and Diamond Canada will continue to be branded as Diamond Aircraft. Diamond says the investment not only strengthens the Canadian operations, but the Diamond brand overall. It's Thursday, which means that it's time for an Aero community update. highlighting news and information about the incredible people and organizations that populate the Airborne Partnership Initiative behind Airborne Limited. Being able to say that the XPrize Foundation is one of our partners is truly an honor. It all started when Dr. Peter Diamandis had a dream of providing a prize to urge private businesses to find a way into space. His prize became funded by the Ansari family, and the Ansari XPrize challenged teams from around the world to build a reliable, reusable, privately financed manned spaceship capable of carrying 3 people to 100 kilometers above the Earth's surface twice within 2 weeks. The prize was awarded in 2004, and along with it, a brand new private space industry was launched. The Ansari XPrize turned into a foundation that now sponsors numerous XPrize endeavors. The winning of the competition itself is interesting and compelling. These XPrize projects must meet a number of criteria, not the least of which is to be bold and audacious, and to shoot for a goal that has yet to be a success. The prize should inspire hope through a vision of a better future, where winning teams are the proof that the world's seemingly impossible problems can be solved. For a detailed account of the original Ansari XPrize that led to private industry's first flight into space, be sure to read Jim Campbell's highly illustrated book, Beyond the Blue. After these messages, a Grumman G2 Gulfstream fuselage finds a new life.
Explore no limits flying in the FAA-certified Sea Ray Amphibious LSA, one of the top 3 best-selling LSAs in the U.S. Progressive Aerodyne Sea Ray comes equipped with a Rotax engine and exhibits extraordinary handling on land, water, and in the air. Check it out at www.searay.com.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight 4-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. A derelict fuselage from a Grumman G2 Gulfstream is headed for a new life, sort of. Terry Island purchased a fuselage that is still on its landing gear for $3,000 and is going to turn it into a man cave. This has the male members of our A&N crew drooling. The FAA has issued a special airworthiness information bulletin concerning a potential issue with rudder pedals on some air tractor ag plane models. The SAIB provides inspection procedures and on-condition maintenance actions for the rudder pedal attachment assembly. The U.S. Navy grounded all of its FA-18E, F-Hornets, and AE-16G Growler electronic aircraft last weekend. The issue was an incident involving a Growler at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island in Washington State that led to the precautionary action. The Navy Test Pilot School Selection Board will convene February 15, 2017 to select naval aviators and naval flight officers for the school. The graduates will have a direct, significant impact on the future warfighting capabilities of their communities. Boeing is looking at the possibility of fewer airliner orders coming into the company in 2017 and will be adjusting its workforce downward to match. The company has not given a specific number of jobs that may be cut in 2017. Well, that's the trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. The Barefoot Bandit is back in the news again. Colton Harris Moore is a so-called Barefoot Bandit who served a 4-year prison sentence after stealing multiple airplanes as part of a coast-to-coast and international crime spree that finally ended in the Bahamas in 2010, where he was caught. Now it seems like this crook would like to try to earn a private pilot certificate and get someone else to foot the bill. When Harris Moore was stealing and flying all these airplanes, he did not have a pilot certificate. Minneapolis television station KARE reports that Harris Moore recently contacted a flight school and began asking questions about the barriers to a person like him to obtaining a pilot certificate. And here's where it really gets interesting. Harris Moore established a crowdfunding presence to try to raise $125,000 towards his flight training. He reportedly says he specifically wants to check out a Cirrus because of the parachute system on the airplane. You just have to wonder why that's such a concern. It also makes us wonder how many flight instructors would jump at the chance to take on this guy as a student. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, and don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. And we at ANN are going to be taking a couple days off here for the Christmas break, but we will see you next Tuesday, and we hope that you have a wonderful Christmas.